Those are the two files that we need.
There's so much injustice in the world that the only thing I know really how to do is to make films. So all I can do is go and make films about what's going on and hope that by publicising some of these violations, some of these atrocities that are going on, it will somehow change things and help people to have a better life.
That's our boss at the time, Elspeth McDougall.
The UN, as you know, there are meetings and there are documents and people rarely read them. But here in UN Television, what we do is visual storytelling. And we get those messages out to the world in a way that it's personal, it's character-driven, it puts a human face on the issues.
I like this job because I genuinely believe it's for a meaningful purpose. I think the idea really of these documentaries is to bring awareness of the issues and the people that we want people to think about. And because of that, it has a chance of mobilizing political support, maybe even resources. So I think in a small way we contribute, and that's really important to me.
Well, I speak 4 languages, 4 of the official UN languages. Therefore, I'm the focal point person for 21st century language versions. I think working with a product that tells human stories to the world is somewhat my participation to peace and to security and to the ideals of this great organization.
I think the work that UNTV does is very important. I think it's important that the UN has its own voice out there. I think that because of the long-form nature of our work, we're able to really get in depth into the issues, whether it's like refugee crisis, women's rights.
It's difficult for me as a producer because of course you're listening to very, very emotional stories, very hard experiences people have had to endure. But I think it gives you a responsibility. I think it reinforces our responsibility that this is what we should be doing and this is what we have to do. So it's less, and I think everyone in our team, I think what's unique and a great thing about UNTV is that I think we're all aware that it is our responsibility to pass on a message. It's less about the persona of the producer. It's really all has to be about the people's stories that need to be heard.
I basically handle all the post-production. My work with UNTV has basically makes me, I think, a better person. I have developed this sense of sensitiveness of what's going on around the world, even in my own home.
In my career at the UN, I've traveled to about 32 countries, and I see how some people live, not everyone, but there are people who are living in poverty, abject poverty. It makes me feel, why do we complain, those of us who lived in the developed world? I try to tell my children and my family, stop complaining. Be thankful for your lot in life.
There's one important thing that's influenced me, both working for the UN and filming for the UN, is that I now truthfully have a much stronger appreciation for things like peace, stability, democracy, access to justice, to a judicial system, the ability to go about your life without somebody imprisoning you for expressing your views or attacking you just for who you are.
When we travel, I've slept on mud floors in Bolivia. We've had to collect our own rainwater to drink. When I did the story with the pygmies in Gabon, cockroaches like you wouldn't believe. But overall, I think I've been incredibly honoured to be able to go and make films in a lot of the places I've been to and meet people. People have opened their arms to us and opened their homes to us, opened their hearts. And these are usually people who have nothing. It's the ones who have least that seem to offer the most and will share their last bit of food with you and tell you these most incredible, heartbreaking stories.
I think our objective should continue to be to bridge cultures, bring people together, so that they could share this planet in a better way.
At the end of the day, you want to make a difference in people's lives. And I think through film, we at UNTV are able to do that.